Hello everyone and welcome to This Week in the Ring with Daryl Davis, the founder and owner of DMG School of Boxing and Sports Training, and Nigel Campbell, the head coach, boxing coach here at DMG Gym. Recently, USA Amateur Boxing of New Jersey hosted their Diamond Gloves tournament, which features over 300 boxers from all over New Jersey who come to compete on a weekly basis to see who will be the Diamond Glove champion. I understand that this is the first time a DMG boxer didn't make it to the major final tournament. How do you guys feel about this?
Didn't one of our upper class guys, 9JO, didn't place as a winner in the tournament? Yes.
And how do you guys feel about this?
Well, it was motivation. It was almost like one of those things that we never experienced before. But nonetheless, it just shows that there is always work to do, because there is a lot more to accomplish, and all we have to do is situate ourselves much better than we did before to accomplish much better. Because we had guys that made it to the finals, we just didn't pull out with dominant victories outside of the JO portion of the competition itself.
What do you guys think you're going to do differently this time to prepare for the next tournament?
Well, there's always a lot of things that we definitely are going to do some things differently. We had guys that came on the roster who competed that weren't a part of our usual team, and they were fairly new for the most part. I think some of them give a fair account of themselves, but nonetheless, I think earlier preparation geared towards strength and conditioning, agility, and so on and so forth, some of the things that DMG has to offer, will be put into place in a much earlier date in order to get them on track towards accomplishing the goals that we're setting for ourselves.
Well, just to kind of piggyback off of some of that, one of the biggest things here to be noted here is that DMG is a relatively newer boxing program. Part of that means is that we're going to have to pay our dues. A lot of times we know if certain fights are close, it's going to probably go to the other guy. We also know that we're getting newer boxers, meaning we're going to eventually over time develop some real champions out of this gym. But what I mean by newer boxers is these guys are being introduced to boxing for the first time, so they're very green. It's not like they went from gym to gym necessarily. They're very green. They're just starting out. So our focus for the next major tournament is going to be heavy on the fundamentals. We'll start now in terms of making sure that their body's ready, conditioning wise. But there'll be a heavy focus on the fundamentals to get them ready to do what they need to do. Because
you have a newer and younger team, how do you think you guys are going to set a reputation for being a strong boxing school?
Well, and I think Nigel could go after me, but one of the things to be noted is this is the first time. We've had winners in all of the previous tournaments, including the Diamond Gloves. We had a champion, had a couple champions in last year's Diamond Glove. We sent a Golden Glove. We won and placed in the Golden Gloves in the novice and open division, and we sent one of our fighters to the Nationals. So it's not to say that our program is suffering, but it hurts, the sting hurts to have this time in a major tournament that we didn't do as well as we wanted to, especially with the amount of fighters that we entered. But we're gonna set together a winning, we're gonna set down a winning tradition here, and it's gonna take some time to build, but 5 years from now we'll be talking about the great fighters that came out of DMG.
And that's definitely true. I mean, we have had some early success, and that's the reason why Daryl may have mentioned that it kind of hurt in a way of disappointment. But as for me, I was disappointed too. Nonetheless, I still feel strongly motivated. I won't put in no less time. I am very up, well, and geared towards progress in all sense of the word. And as long as we could continually have young people walk through the doors who are willing to consistently walk through the doors and embrace all the fundamentals of the sport, I believe that we will, you know, as time goes on, Daryl say 5 years, I say less, have a good foundational set where we could refer back to achievements that are higher than the ones that we had previously.
Do you guys have any upcoming championships or fights coming up?
Yeah, Golden Gloves are coming up. We have Juan Nunez that's looking to turn pro. I have Elvin Sanchez that's functioning as a professional fighter.
Got a fight coming, yeah.
That has a fight coming up on the 25th, which is this Saturday. So, you know, we're making small steps, you know, measured steps. That's good.
Okay, well, thank you guys.
You're welcome.